Hi everybody, it's Chief Instructor Brett and welcome to my basics kicking video. In this video we'll go through front kick, side kick and turning kick and put them together into some combinations. So this video is specifically targeted at beginners up to about 6th cup, but obviously all revision is always good for senior members, so senior members get amongst this as well. Alright, we're going to start with a warm-up, just jogging on the spot. Just make sure I'm lined up. Looks okay. Just roll the shoulders gently forwards. Backwards. Good, have the hands up in front, throwing out light punches as you jog. Fast punches up. And fast punches out. Jumping jacks. Good, feet back and forth. Just have the hands up. Marching on the spot, high knees. Pick up one knee, foot back and forth. Change legs. Pick up your knee, drawing circles outwards. Change legs. Good. Put your right leg behind, just gentle front leg raises. And relax. Right leg out to the side, side leg raises. And change legs, put the left leg behind, raises. Bring the side leg down, raises to the side. Good. Bring your right leg up, bend your leg, knee to the side, little knee bobs. So this is like the turning kick preparation. And hold it up, keep holding, and relax, change legs. Just pick your knee up, little bobs. Hold it up, and down. Right leg behind, raises again, a little bit higher now, go. So you put a bit of force into it, raise it up. Change legs. Last one. Good. Final warm up, lunge and change. Couple more. And last lunge. Excellent. Good. Shake it out. Should be nice and warm. We're ready to start with some kicking. The first kick we're going to do is front kick. You've probably done this hundreds of times already, so you generally know the basics of a front kick. So from side on, we start from our guarding, and then the first thing we do is drive our knee up and forwards. So I don't want you to lift your knee up towards the ceiling with no momentum, and we don't want to just drive the knee forwards, keeping it too low. So your knee comes through, and as your knee comes through, it should come past higher than the knee that's on the ground. So it should already be higher, and then your knee keeps driving forwards until it is higher than your belt. And when your knee gets higher than your belt, you drive the ball of the foot forwards. And when I say the ball of the foot forwards, we have that front kick position. So you drive forwards. Now think about it being a forward kick, not an upward kick. We don't want this where we just hinge at the knee and our foot goes up. So we want to push with the hip. So our knee prepares and then we push. It's like you're pushing, driving the kick through. Okay, so we're now going to do some front kicks. Put your right leg behind. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Change legs. I'll go side on. Left side kick. Left front kick. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Excellent. Now we'll do some side kicks. So when you start a side kick, the very first part of a side kick looks almost the same as a front kick. In fact, it feels and is almost exactly the same. You drive the knee through. But then as soon as you get past your knee, we start to pivot into our chamber. So I'll show you from front on. The front kick, we drive and keep on going and just extend the hip. For our side kick, we drive, then we bring the knee up across in front of the body and we tuck it up as high as we can in this chamber position. And we're trying to create a line with our shoulders, our hips, and our heel. So you don't want your heel out here, and you don't want your heel back here. We don't want our side kick to be a flick, and we don't want to have to drag our heel in from out here. We want the heel to carry on in that nice straight line. Okay, so you bring your knee up nice and high, get into that chamber, and then kick in a straight line, and you're in good shape. Okay, let's do some side kicks. Put your right leg back. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Excellent. Change legs. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hana. Do. Set. Good. Just relax. Shake your arms, shake your legs. Okay, the last of our basic kicks is the turning kick. Generally, you don't need to know turning kick until you're a 7th cup, but 8th cup beginners, it's great to start to understand that kick. So the preparation is very different to front and side. We need to prepare on a 45-degree angle. So we pick the knee up, so out on that 45-degree angle. Now we have our foot out level with our knee. So I don't want you to pick the knee up like this with the foot trailing down. I want you to pick the knee up like this with the foot level with the knee. And then you pivot around. So there is a pivot process where our foot on the ground and our hips and our torso pivot. And that's what generates the motion of the kick that kicks across ways. It's our body that pivots that gives us that motion, not the leg. So when the body pivots, then the leg just adds the kick on the end. And that's what means it's going in this direction. And it should look like my foot is actually going off screen. So prepare on a 45-degree angle, pivot, and then after your kick, you recoil the foot back and you come back and guard. Or if you're moving forwards, you step forwards and guard. Okay, let's do some turning kicks. Now remember, if you put a chair or a beanbag or a footstool here, just in front of you, not directly in front here, but in this position here, your knee should come up over that, and then you pivot around and kick. So that gives you the width that you need. Let's do some turning kicks. Hana. Do. Set. Net. So when you do your turning kick, it's not all one paced. I don't want you to just go even. The last bit of the kick is faster. We kind of drive the hips. So if you watch, I can do an easy preparation, and then drive the last part of the kick. Okay, 4 more with the right. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Change legs. Turning kick. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Okay, that completes the 3 kicks done on their own. I want you to have a 30-second drink break now. Then we're going to put together some of those kicks, or all 3 of those kicks, into combos. Go. The first of our combos is a fairly simple one. It's going to be front kick, side kick. Now, this is putting together our 2 most basic kicks. The most important thing is that you have to remember, front kick, we're pretty much staying front on. Side kick, we're pretty much side on. That's the main difference. So I want to see that transition. So when you do your front kick, we're nice and front on. Then we step down, drive the knee through, pivot, and when we do the side kick, we're in this complete side-on position, okay? So if you've got room, we're going to step forwards. We're going to do a right leg front kick, left leg side kick, and guard, and then come back. If you have very restricted space, what I want you to do is a right leg front kick, step down, feet together, step the left leg back, and then a left leg side kick, and then step down and step the right leg back. So you'll finish with the right leg back behind, but you can do this completely on the spot. If you have room to move forwards, that is my preference because it's teaching us that transition. Okay, so once again, you can do it with me now. Back leg, front kick, step down, side kick, and guard. Come back. I'm going to change legs now. So it's my left leg front kick, step down, side kick, and guard. I want you to practice that combo 3 or 4 times on each side for the next 30 seconds. Go. The next combo is going to be side kick, turning kick. Now again, very different preparation and different angles. So when you do your side kick, you come straight through, but you're kicking in a straight line with your body side on. Then your turning kick, you've got to transition and come out wide and do the turning kick. Don't get into that trap which some students do where they do a side kick and they're narrow, and then their turning kick is also narrow. I want you to remember for that turning kick, we've got the stool or the chair out on the angle and we need to bring our knee up over it. So it will look like this. Back leg, side kick, step down, prepare, turning kick. Come over the top. Okay, I've changed legs now. My left leg, side kick, turning kick, and guard. Side kick, turning kick. Practice for 30 seconds. Now we're going to put all three together. Front kick, side kick, turning kick. If you have room, do them all in a straight line moving forwards. If you don't have room, do them on the spot but change legs in between each kick. So in a straight line will look like this. I've moved back a little bit. My right leg is back. I'm doing right front kick, left side kick, right turning kick and guard. With the other side, you can do this with me if you want, or you can watch. Left leg, front kick, right side kick, left turning kick, and guard. If you're on the spot, if you have restricted room, my right leg is back. I do front kick, change legs, side kick, change legs, turning kick, come back, and ready for the next rep. On the other side, I start with my left leg back. So on the spot, left leg, front kick, step down and change, side kick, almost did the wrong kick, step down, turning kick, and then relax. So whichever of those you're going to do, I want you to stop now, practice for 1 minute, really give it a go. Go. Well done. I hope you enjoyed those basic combos. Doesn't matter how senior you are, even a chief instructor, those combos still need regular practice. And I've got to say, when I practice those combos, I still absolutely love doing them. Okay, complicated kicks are fun and that's great, and we want to do that, but these basic kicks give us that basic structure which helps with all of our kicks. Okay, so that completes that workout. Now we're just going to do a quick stretch. We're going to concentrate on those three kicks. I'm going to take you through some stretches that kind of specifically help with those kicks. So first of all, for front kick, this lunge stretch is really good. We're going to push forward with our hips, and it stretches here, our back leg in the hip flexor. And when we do that, when we do our front kick, it's that muscle that needs to release to give us a bit of height on the kick when we want it. Even on a side kick, when we bring our knee up and put it into position, it's that leg that releases. So you're in this lunge and you're just pushing. Try and push. Generally speaking, I will be holding stretches for 30 seconds. You can mix it up a little bit though. You can push really hard, push for maybe 15 seconds. Then relax, breathe in, and then push again. And then you just hold at the end. Okay, so that's really isolating that hip flexor. Now we come back, we straighten that front leg, then we slide that front leg forwards into our front split position. So now we're stretching the hamstrings of that front leg, and that's probably where most of you are feeling it. But we're also allowing this leg to try and release through the hip flexors, which if you think about it, is then simulating the end of a front kick. When you're trying to kick up nice and high, this leg, the one on the ground, needs to release and allow that height. And you don't want to have your hips all funny and pivoted. So this just allows that stretch, and if you can think about being up doing your front kick, that's what you're working on. So you're just going to hold this stretch a little bit. Now, if you've done a lot of stretching and your muscles are used to it and you're quite advanced, you can try a bit of contraction. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands off the ground and we're going to try and squeeze our knee and our heel into the floor. Back knee, front heel, into the floor. We're squeezing and we're sort of really pushing down. It's nice to have a softer surface, maybe even carpet. It's hard to do this on timber floor. So you squeeze, maybe about 20 seconds, then you relax, take the weight with your hands, breathe in and breathe out, and try and push down a little bit more. So I only probably got an extra 2 centimetres then, but that's still useful. So we're just going to hold this new limit for about another 10 seconds. Good. Now we're going to change sides. So my right knee's on the ground, my left leg's forward, I'm in my lunge, and I'm just pushing forward, so I'm thinking about this hip flexor. So now I'm thinking about doing a left front kick, trying to get plenty of height, or even a left side kick, and this muscle releasing. It releases to allow me to lift that knee nice and high. So I'm going to push my hips forward really hard, really drive them. I'm trying to drive them forwards and slightly down into the floor. Relax slightly, breathe in, and then pushing in, try and get a little bit deeper, try and feel that muscle a bit longer. Good. Come back up, straighten that front leg out into our front split position. Stretch down till you're feeling a stretch. You should feel it mainly in that front leg. You might still be feeling it in the back leg. You might not feel it front and back. You may only feel it in one point, as long as you are getting to a stretch. And I always say, if you're not feeling a stretch, either the front or the back, then just keep going and be in complete front splits. So you get to a point where you can't go any further, and then that's the area you're stretching. So we're holding this. For those who wish to give it a try, we're going to do the contraction. So we're going to lift our hands off and squeeze. Squeeze in. Okay, relax from that. So breathe in. And then try and push that little bit further. Sometimes I find that, particularly on this type of floor, because I'm on the mats, my heel actually sort of sticks into the mat, and it's easier sometimes to push my knee back because it's got the taekwondo pants and it slides. So you can always go and get your stretching socks on too, which is what I do sometimes, so allow a bit of movement through the heel. So we're a little bit lower now. I'm just going to hold this for about another 15 seconds. The good thing about stretching at home is you can always pause the video and go and get cushions and put them under, or towels, which we can't do in class if we're on the timber floors. Okay, relax, bring that foot back. Excellent. So that's 2 really good stretches for front kick. Now for side kick, We've done this one many times before. We're going to move into our side lunge. So my left toes are pointing this way, my right foot is turned side on in that side kick position. So it's like I'm doing a right side kick. So it's the same body position. So we're just going to drop down till we start to feel the stretch. Not too deep, because I then want to be able to turn my body around and look this way. Now I'm trying to, if you imagine if I was kicking with my right leg, I'd want my body to be as high as possible. So from here, I just come over the top and make sure that my right shoulder is getting down towards my right foot. When I'm in this position, I can drop lower into the lunge. Now, if you're nice and deep in this, your muscles start to shake because you're holding yourself up. So you can then take the weight with your hands just to give that little bit of assistance, so you can just try and concentrate on the stretching part. Ten more seconds. And relax. Good, come up, just give them a shake. Switch sides. So now I'm pointing my right toes this way, dropping down into a lunge. Just get into a comfortable lunge first, then pivot over and look. So I'm trying to look over my left shoulder, down past my left elbow, and down to my left heel. When I'm in that position, I drop a bit lower into the stretch. So now you can take your weight on that with the hands and really drop in as deep a lunge as you can get. Ten more seconds. Excellent. Come on up. Good. Now the last stretch we're going to do, it's good for turning kick. It doesn't simulate the turning kick position like those previous two stretches sort of simulated front kick and simulated side kick, but it really opens up in this area, which is what we want for turning kick. The flexibility we need is that openness there, trying to get that preparation high so we can do things. Now this in itself is a really good drill for turning kick. Lifting that knee up, trying to hold it, get high. Okay, so that's a really good strengthening as well, but there's a whole series of strengthening that we're going to go through soon in a video as well. So for this, for a stretch, you're going to start, I'm having my left leg out straight, probably about 3 shoulder widths. Right leg is bent, left leg is straight, and then I drop down. Now I'm keeping my right heel on the floor. Now if you really are finding this difficult and you can't do it, you can lift that right heel to allow you to get into this position where I'm trying to create that openness. Okay, you have your hands forward, so you're trying to get low on the stretch. If you really need to, you can put one hand behind, which means you can drop lower, but it's not quite as an effective stretch. So if you are using your hand behind for balance, then try and really push forward in the body. But ideally, come up a little bit and do this. Now this one can get pretty hard to hold as well, so every now and then just release through that hand and then come up again and see how it feels. Good, we're coming up and we're just going to rock around to the other side. So now my right leg is straight, my left knee is bent, trying to keep that left heel on the ground, and I'm dropping my body down through the middle, leaning forward for balance. Again, if you need to, hand behind or hand in front, but underneath your backside, sort of balancing yourself. But if you can, you're holding yourself up, working through that stretch. 10 more seconds. Now just to finish, one thing you can do from here is just to rock, change sides. Rock, change sides. And each time you change, you try and do a quick sink, Change sides again. Quick sink. And this is really good for that mobility. Just nice fluid mobility in the hips, which really helps with our turning kicks. Helps with all kicks really as well. Okay, stand up. Give your legs a shake. Body a shake. Excellent work. That's basic kicks. Front kick, side kick and turning kick. Put together in a few combos and then some really nice specific stretches at the end. Keep training hard. Well done.